Wahoo's Fish Tacos started as a spot for surfers to grab a taco after a day in the waves. The founder, Wang Lam, turned Wahoo's Fish Tacos into a West Coast institution. Part brand, part lifestyle, all hustle. In this episode of the Get Busy podcast, Wing shares how it all started and why staying scrappy still matters.
So many people are thinking, I'm only going to be happy when I get this, when I buy this, whatever that is.
Right.
The problem is from here to there could be tomorrow. It could be a year. It could be 10 years.
Yeah.
So are you going to be miserable until you get here?
Right.
Or,
hopefully not.
Right. But that's the problem. So many people are saying, well, I'm only going to be happy when I get that Porsche, when I get that house, when I go to Hawaii. All these things. Goals are awesome to have, but the journey is the fun part, is the struggle to get there, the milestones, all the steps that it takes. Because then there's that sense of accomplishment, right? Because if it was easy to run a marathon, everybody be doing it. Less than 1% of the world has ever run a marathon.
But we're losing that sense of wonder at the journey.
Yes.
Right? Because of instant gratification and social media and the material world. And so how, you stand alone, right?
I do.
And
but people always ask me, why are you always happy? Because to me, because I'm in the journey.
And present, right?
I'm here. I have to enjoy. Otherwise, I'm going to go, oh man, I wish I had. Don't think about it, strive, but enjoy the journey.
Right. And every day and the steps that it takes to get you to whatever that the goal, hopefully goals, people are having larger goals than, the end game is a Porsche. Yeah. Right. That seems a bit shallow, but if that is your end game, that every day, every moment your foot hits the ground and you are breathing is a gift. And it's all a part of, I don't know, the joie de vivre that you have at Wahoo's and the surfing and the snowboarding. And it's, since I'm from Colorado, I'm very I get the vibe and it's very, so let's just talk a little bit about you've done all this, you've influenced a lot of people, you've created a, I don't mean to blow smoke up your skirt here, Wing, but you've created a cultural movement, right? Whether, it's, in Southern California or wherever it is. What is that, what does that mean? Is that a legacy that are you still working on it? Is that why living the Wahoo Way? Talk to me a little bit about legacy and entrepreneurship and what that means.
It means that, hey, they're paying forward, right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if I can inspire these kids, my counterparts, whoever they are, however old you are, it's never too late. I always joke, right? It's amazing how we here in California take it for granted that Disneyland is within 20 to 30 minutes away from almost all of us in Orange County.
That's crazy.
But the problem is, ask people in Orange County, when's the last time you went, right? Because people are like, I'll go tomorrow. And then, but I can say, well, there's a monetary cost, right? But the last time I checked, going to the beaches is free. Yeah. Right? You just got to get there.
You guys blow my mind with your lack of going to the beach.
Right.
Seriously.
But more important than just going to the beach and sitting on the sand. Yeah. Go out and surf.
Go out and surf. Be in
it. It's just because you don't want somebody coming, like a friend of yours from college or a coworker from another part of the country coming in and goes, oh my God, you live in Huntington Beach? Let's go surfing. And you go, well, I don't surf.
I know.
So that to me is you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you live in Colorado, hey, we want to come and go skiing. I goes, oh, sorry, I don't ski. Yeah. So to me, it's you have this natural, right? You should enjoy it. Yeah. Go hiking, go do all these things because, don't sit in the home, play video games. I mean, that's the journey, right? Be active, do things and basically, enjoy what we have. Yeah. So I often tell people, because I don't care how old you are, go out and try drowning first because that's what's going to happen before you learn to surf. Seriously. But you should at least try. Yeah. And then check that box because I tried it. It wasn't for me. Yeah. But most guys that I know have never surfed. That to me is
No, and people in LA have never surfed. So when I come here, I like to surf every once. I suck. I'm impatient, right? But I found this guy on the beach near Santa Monica, just a random guy. And I'm like, do you know where I can, I want to surf. And he found me a wetsuit, gave it to me, gave me a surfboard. And I just sort of went out and floated and did that whole thing. But it was so shocking to me that people who live right there in Santa Monica or in Malibu and they're like, no, I don't have it.
I can see it.
But there are people who all you have to do is look a little bit and people will help you out, they're proud of the.
So to me, all this stuff, you know, people just try it. Right.
Yeah.
And I can tell people, because that's why this whole movement with the wave pools and all that, because those are relatively easier to learn on.
Yeah. Is that right? Is that true?
There's different kinds, but the ones that are more, call it smaller footprint, more of a stand-up wave, not a incoming wave. There's a way to teach people how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to try that. I've seen somebody just spill water.
We'll talk about that.
We're talking about surfing and people are just throwing water around over here.
There is one in particular in Utah.
In Utah?
There's one in Utah.
And what part of Utah?
It's in St. George.
Okay.
So instead of building a community around a golf course, which is very expensive, they built a community around a wave pool.
Wave pool.
And it is unbelievable.
Because that's some landlocked area up there in Utah.
And the wave is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking, I would be happy surfing that wave my whole life.
For the rest of your life.
Yes. Because it's perfect.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about waiting forever for a wave to come in. I mean, that's what machines are able to do. Yeah. It's like a treadmill. You just set it on 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles.
It's very predictable.
Yes.
Yeah.